Okay, this is Slow Rider coming to you live from the Northern California Sierra foothills at about, I think I said 2,000 feet, but I'm at 2,500 feet. It does snow up here, so not all the time, but we get like 3 or 4 times a year. Got to shovel the driveway and everything. But anyways, so now this is the 208-mile update. So I'm going to try to do these every time I double the miles. I did one when I first bought it, one at, I think 50 miles, one at 100, one at 200. So next one I'll do is be 500, just to let you know what the progress. I think I'm one of the few people that actually bought one of these Diavels. I think most people are just going to the dealership and borrowing them, or just, you know, taking pictures. So I'm hoping to give a little bit of an more intimate, real man on the street, boots on the ground review. So far I'm very pleased. I ordered this back in January. I think it took about 3 months to order from the factory. It came to the dealership here, A&S Motorsports, Roseville. Those guys were awesome. Got my bike in, they prepped it. And they also did the tune. I weigh 220, so they tuned up the suspension for me. I'm going to go back and have it done again by a professional. I'll film that too when I get the suspension tuned, so you'll see how that's done. So far so good. I mean, it's still runs perfect. I think I finally figured out how to shift it properly, as I touched on my last video. It's got the Ducati quick shift system, or DQS as they call it, which works really well if you know what you're doing. I just didn't know what I was doing, and I read the manuals, which you should do. So basically the upshifting is pretty simple. You just hold the throttle and you shift, and it pretty much shifts through like bamp, 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 bamp. So you don't have any there's no delay in shifting, and it takes off really fast. The downshifting, I was doing it wrong. You have to let off the throttle, close the throttle, as they say, and then when you downshift it rev matches and pulls the clutch, and it sounds cool. It makes a good blipping noise. So that works good. So I didn't have the throttle all the way off when I first started doing it, but now it works really good. And once you get used to driving it like that, it's really easy to drive without the clutch. But you still need to use the clutch to, of course, and start off and stop in first gear. I mean, it's still a manual clutch. It's just that it's got the computer assist, and you can turn that off if you want. So it's on or off. So you might as well have it. What I do, yes, I drove to the dealership. That's why it's got an extra 100 miles on it. Yesterday, I just wanted to order the turn-by-turn nav system. It turns out it's just a secret code. It's about $100. I think it was 87 and change. So you got to order that from Ducati. So that'll come in. And then when I get the oil change, we'll just upload that code into the brain here, and then there's a Ducati Link app, and then you can start roaming with turn-by-turn directions. What else was I going to say about the gas? You know, they do recommend that you use. I use the highest grade available. You just don't want to exceed 10% of the ethanol, because that'll burn the engine up. So I think the plan today is to go up to the Forest Hill Divide. So I'll make a video later today of how that trip went. So that's up, you go across the, I believe it's the highest bridge in west of the Mississippi, so you'll see that. If you got the fear of heights, that's the one thing. There's a few places around here you ride. I have a fear of heights, I'll admit. So some of the roads are scary, because man, if you go off, it's literally 800 feet down. You're it's like jumping off a building. So there's a little bit of a stress factor there. I mean, if that doesn't bother you, but yeah, when you're going around curves, and there's like there's no guardrails on some of these too. There's just like the American River Canyon. I'll go probably in next week, and I'll go there. There's some roads there that are like, they're one-lane roads. And there's no guardrails, and it's several hundred feet straight down. and there's two-way traffic sometimes, so you gotta, I mean, it's can be hairy, can get hairy. And last time I drove up there on my Himalayan, there was after those rainstorms, there was a big chunk of road missing, so I came on the corner and half the road was gone, which could have been a problem, but luckily I was not speed burning through there. So anyways, yep, so this is the 200-mile review. It's running good. The only thing I'll say is I'm probably not going to be riding it much at night because there's so many bugs around here. And now I have to wash it. It's getting bugs. I mean, it has a bunch of bugs in here, and I've got to go clean that off. But otherwise, I think it's finally starting to break in. I've been taking it easy. Definitely a head turner. Everywhere you go, people don't know what it is. Some people, you got two types. They immediately know what it is, or they just have no idea. So it's a conversation starter. So I haven't had any problems. All right, so Slow Adder signing out. Remember to wear your gear and watch your speed out there. All right, signing out.